Good evening and welcome to the Digital Weather Desk powered by CenturyNext Bank. Visit cnext.bank for more, the exclusive banking partner of the Digital Weather Desk. Thanks so much for taking time out of your Monday, November 10th. Hello, Nephew Cooper, joining us on YouTube. Hope you had a good time at your golf tournament this weekend, and I hope you wore some layers because I bet it was chilly. Across the area, not a whole lot happening. Of course, most locations expecting to drop back below freezing. It was quite a snowy day across the eastern sections of Tennessee and through the Tennessee Valley, even stretching through portions of the mid-Atlantic states. They had some accumulating snowfall, even creating some slick spots on roadways here and there. Just an opportunity to watch the flakes fly for some of our snow lovers. Obviously, it's nowhere close to us, but temperatures will drop quite a bit tonight under clear skies. Temperatures at the 5 o'clock hour still right at 40 degrees. Struggled to get out of the 40s today along the Mississippi Valley, and most spots were unsuccessful. For those that have fallen into, that did get out of the 40s, they have generally fallen back into the 40s or well on their way to doing so. 49 currently in Monroe, 47 in Ruston, 44 in El Dorado, and Nephew Cooper says it was very cold. I could have told you that, buddy. Look at wind speeds across the region, and they've started to tame down somewhat out of the north and northwest, generally in the 5 to 10 mile an hour range. So what does it feel like outside? Wind chill, apparent temperature, whatever you want to call it. Upper 30s to near 40 degrees along the Mississippi Valley, generally 40s as you move farther westward. If you're headed out and about tonight, temperatures will fall pretty quickly, and most of us will spend some time below freezing tonight, and appreciable amounts of time below freezing. Again, if you missed the midday stream or my afternoon update, text update, I know a lot of folks don't read those. It's okay. I write them for me more than I write them for you, simply put. And if you missed those, we are not going to have a freeze warning tonight for portions of southern Arkansas, north central Louisiana. The reason being, those are typically frost advisories, and freeze warnings, freeze watches are typically kind of an agricultural alert, if you will. And this kind of signifies the end of the growing season. Once you've dropped below freezing, it's like, all right, this is going to start happening more frequently. So the National Weather Service typically doesn't sit there and issue freeze warnings for every time we drop below freezing during the wintertime months. It's just kind of a first freeze type of thing, and then an unseasonably late freeze type of thing. If we go into the springtime months and we look to drop below freezing kind of after everyone started the planting season, then we'll get frost and freeze alerts then as well. Obviously, if we drop way below freezing and we start getting into the extreme cold, we would start to talk about those advisories, but we're not close to that criteria yet. Look at Futurecast, made possible by Bayou Power Sports. I-20 Frontage Road in Monroe shows, and I froze this, pun. I froze this at around 1:30 in the morning to show that this is about the time when a lot of areas will drop to or below freezing. So I would expect a lot of us to spend 5, 6, 7 hours below freezing tonight. But there is the potential that the winds kind of swing back around to the south by around sunrise. So some areas may drop 28, 29 degrees and then may kind of creep back up to 30, 31 as the sun rises. And then obviously we warm up pretty quickly as we go through the rest of the daytime hours on Tuesday for your Veterans Day. Most locations will probably aim for highs right around the 60-degree mark, or hopefully into the low end of the 60s. Winds continue generally uninterrupted out of the south through the rest of this week, and that will feed moisture eventually back into the region, allowing for some cloud cover late this week. Could allow for some showers on Saturday. Most of the computer models are not overly bullish on that. And then some computer models are continuing to hint at trying to bring a storm system through the area at some point, either late Saturday, early Sunday. We don't have a lot of details on this storm system. I don't even know if it's going to materialize in the form that you see there, or if it's just going to be more scattered stuff. Either way, and again, if you missed the early afternoon kind of longer form text update, we are trending toward a soggier second half of the month of November. And again, I don't want to imply too much in terms of what that means. Good afternoon to you, Sherry. But what I would think is obviously more frequent storm systems, which should be expected considering the quiet, dry pattern that we've had so far. And also on that note, with above average temperatures, it presents some opportunities for some severe weather threats. Do we have exact days? No. Do we have exact storm systems we're watching? No. Again, just trends. Could be completely flat wrong, but those are the trends we're looking at. The 8 to 14 day pattern almost looks identical to the 6 to 10 day outlook. So take that for what it's worth. But we will likely see the rain chances a little bit more frequently across the area for the second half of the month. Lows tonight fall back into the upper 20s to low 30s. Again, some areas will drop below freezing for a longer period of time than others, but most locations should drop below freezing tonight. Make sure you're staying warm safely, that all heat sources are being used properly. Keep them away from carpets and drapes and rugs and things that can catch fire. Make sure that your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors are working appropriately. Just, again, use appropriate heat sources. Go ahead and wrap those outdoor faucets and pipes and stuff. Wrap a towel around them. Use one of those little insulator styrofoam thingamabobbers. Just do whatever you can because you don't really want to deal with the mess after the fact. And yes, thingamabobber is a technical term. Daytime highs will be in the low 60s tomorrow. Some areas may get stopped in the upper end of the 50s, but it will be noticeably warmer than it was today. In fact, the winds get cranking out of the south and could be a bit breezy at times between 10 and 15 miles per hour. A look at the 7-day forecast. Again, your Veterans Day looks very, very nice. So, again, outdoor activities will be, or outdoor festivities, commemorations, things like that, will be a little on the cool side, but rain won't be a part of the forecast. Clouds start to sneak back in Wednesday, Thursday. Highs back near 80 by the end of the week. Morning lows back in the mid-50s. Again, I've dropped the rain chances a tad as we go into the weekend, just simply because at this point there's not a lot of certainty, not a lot of high confidence in the forecast as we go into the weekend. I do expect to see some changes. I would also expect to see a storm system middle to end parts of next week that could be pretty potent as well. But again, not really looking at a lot of specifics at this point. May and Kathy, thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's a pretty quick, abbreviated look at the forecast. I say that. It's almost 8 minutes, but that's pretty much how things set up as we go through the rest of this week. Obviously, I'll join you first thing tomorrow morning with a look at the forecast. You're welcome, Norma. I'll join you first thing tomorrow morning with a look at the forecast and kind of we'll look at the rest of the week and continue to keep an eye on the storm system this weekend. Again, obviously, we'll get more details about all of this stuff as it materializes over the next several days. Don't forget to download the Digital Weather Desk app, available for Apple and Android users. And the forecast is always available at digitalweatherdesk.com. Thank you so much for taking the time out of this evening. Like I said, I'll catch you first thing tomorrow morning. And for all of our veterans out there, thank you so much for your service. We appreciate what you have done for our country, and we hope you enjoy your Veterans Day as well. Have a great day and enjoy your Monday night, everybody.